In these pandemic times, the opportunity to travel, to connect with people, to explore culture seems like a dream. So I thought I would share some of my memories and dreams of my visit to Tajikistan in 2015. As a poor mountainous country, bread has always been considered precious and is always offered to guests as a symbol of hospitality. In Tajikistan, the bread is particularly delicious and cooked in hornos, much like those in New Mexico, and it's decorated with particular cultural symbols that make it both artistic and yummy. Unfortunately, it doesn't travel well, as I discovered when a friend tried to bring me some from Tajikistan. This is a shot of the breakfast table at the Atlas B&B in Dusham, where we began our journey. As you can see, fresh fruit and cheese are often served as a part of a traditional Tajik breakfast. On our first day in Dusham, we were joined by Bakruddin, who took us to see some of the highlights of Dusham, and also to meet with some of the famed artisans of Tajikistan. First, we visited the studio of a famous painter. Seen in this shot, you can see some of the treats that were offered to us at their studio. Tea, usually green tea, nuts, fruit, chocolates, and cakes are often on the menu wherever you go in Tajikistan. We spent a lovely afternoon with Master Sukrob, the champion of small ceramic forms in Dusham, and had our traditional pot of tea with fruit and nuts and bread as we chatted about his artistry. Here's a shot of Bakruddin's lovely family that had us over to dinner one evening, and we enjoyed a wonderful feast with his lovely wife and 2 daughters and his father, who has since passed away. From Dusham, we headed north to Khujand, where we connected with Munira Akilova and Jamshad Yusupov of Armagon Handicrafts, and enjoyed another feast, this time with Munira's family. We were fortunate to be able to spend almost a week with Munira, and certainly enjoyed our evening with her family. Since that time, she lost her mother to complications from surgery, and her father, a physician, was claimed by COVID this summer. Our next stop was the Rash District, where we connected with Master Abdurrahman, who is a master jeweler and was at the time the chairman of the Union of Craftsmen of Tajikistan, and another master, this one, who both works with a botanical garden and makes musical instruments. And we were lucky enough to have a private concert by the master on one of the traditional Tajik instruments. As you can see, in the more rural areas, hospitality is often offered on the floor, which is quite a challenge for Westerners. Then we headed to meet with Hamadoni Muzaffarov. I had the pleasure of meeting his students, as well as enjoying quite another feast at his home with his family, as you can see in this photo. Then it was back to Dusham to meet with most of the delegates who had previously visited Albuquerque on various exchange programs, and say a final goodbye, once again over food, the universal symbol of hospitality. We look forward to someday being able to visit again. When the pandemic recedes, we hope to be able to move forward with our craft tour to Tajikistan, Kyrgyzstan, and Uzbekistan to give other people a chance to enjoy the brilliant hospitality and warmth of this hidden corner of the world.